I'm Afua Banful, and I grew up in Boston, Massachusetts. I'm 15 years old, and I go to Aloha High School. I am a sophomore. And I moved here in 2015, and I am so happy of all the things that Oregon has taught me. I would like to talk about my middle school experience that probably affected me the most in Oregon. And it was the worst, but I can't call it the absolute worst because I met one of my closest friends, Ashley. Ashley and I met in a science class and with Miss Rob, that was our science teacher, and she was an introvert and I was more of an extrovert. I love Ashley so much. She was there when I had no one, but at this time, I was getting bullied, and I didn't know a person could be bullied this bad because of their skin color. And it baffled me. And it was so difficult for me to even love myself for these 3 years, during those 3 years. And in the 6th grade, I was in my math class and I was just minding my business, and I had my braids in, my beautiful box braids, and it was done by this amazing woman, and I loved them. And in class, someone called my hair a mop. Yes, a mop. I came to realization, and it was hard for me to process what that person just said to me, calling my roots and etc. a mop, like it was a mockery. In that moment, my heart dropped to the floor, making me feel less confident in myself, with the echo of other kids laughing at this joke too. I was utterly embarrassed and felt sick to my stomach, like I wanted to throw up. I was baffled by the fact that everyone around me said the N-word like it was nothing. It disgusted me to my core, and now when I hear it, I say something. From the boys who would tell me that they wouldn't date me because of my darker skin complexion, making me feel unloved and unworthy, saying that they would pick someone with a lighter skin complexion because my darker skin wasn't beautiful. It wasn't my personality, looks, or etc. that stopped people from liking me. It was my skin. It was starting to go into a tunnel of how I wasn't good enough, and not even for myself. Constant racist remarks saying I'm going to throw a spear at them or I'm a booty scratcher started to get to me too. I thought that Africa was the way that people described me and not how my parents told me and taught me by the people who didn't even know my culture or my background was making me want to forget. Going to Ghana in the 7th grade, it showed me how amazing my culture is, showing me well-done food that's perfect to the core, and markets that when you walk through, you can feel bugs crawling through your skin. The language was being said so fluently and so beautiful. I was so amazed, and it opened my eyes to this new world. I always take Ghana for granted because during the time I didn't know how much it was going to turn me into the person I am today. As time went by, 8th grade came along. I became more confident with myself because I started to journal and talk to God more, leading me to be more comfortable in my own skin, loving my hair and how much it has grown during the summer. I finally learned how to embrace it. I soon came to realize that I didn't need male validation to make me feel beautiful. I slowly started to love myself by cutting out people who were doing me more damage than good. There was one day in class where we were all sitting down and there was a substitute. A boy was looking at me across the room and he said, "Aren't you from Wakanda?" He repeats it again and laughs. From the built-up anger of past experience of racism, I knew it was my time. I wasn't going to let this shit slide anymore. I'm done. Don't make fun of me nor my culture. I stood up and I said, I am Ghanaian, not from Wakanda. He stood in awe as I walked out the room, as I walked out the classroom, bawling tears. I gave myself a pat on the back because I was so proud of myself. I finally stood up. I was like, I did it. And it was just the best experience. I am forever thankful for the friends that supported me during this time and helped me overcome the tunnel of how I just hated myself. And from being a part of the Southminster group has taught me so much, from going to Spokane and other experiences that I love so much. The person that I am today has shown me that Oh-gan or Oh-gan isn't too bad. It has shown me loving myself. Loving yourself is probably one of the biggest challenges you can face. If you don't have a structure of confidence and self-love, it's going to be hard to build from nothing. I want to tell other Black people in BIPOC, I know how difficult it is and how much trauma can affect you in the long run. It still affects me today, and I have an open arms to any people who would want to talk to me about the things they have faced. I want to be your ally. I want to help reconsolidate your identity and show you belong. You are loved, you are worthy. And going through this isn't normal, and it shouldn't be normalized. To end it off, I want to say thank you all for your time and listening to my story.